Hello, this is Cynthia Maynard, and today I thought with the whole doodling craze that we would do some doodling with a Micron archival ink black pen and just make kind of a simple card that looks a little more complicated than what it actually is. This is just on an A2 size craft cardstock. I've got some glitter paper cut to the same size as this watercolor paper here, and then I just offset them and glued them on. So let's go ahead and make this picture. The hi there is a stamp from Lawn Fawn, I believe. So I've got some watercolor paper here, just cut to 5 by 5 and a half. And again, this is archival ink, which is nice because it's not water soluble, so when I go ahead and use my Tombow water markers, it won't bleed. So I'm going to go ahead and start. My hi there is sort of my focal point, so I'm going to kind of have my doodling going off to the two sides. I'm going to start with my bigger piece here, and I'm just going to make a series of sort of leaf-like things coming out from one another. Just so. You can do this however you want, or whichever direction you want, really. Close that off, and then I'm going to kind of have these little wisps to kind of give some shadowing in the corners here. And then down here as well. Although some of this is going to get cut off when we trim it. Okay. And then our other largest element is going to be this sort of curlicue. So we kind of just start by drawing like this, and then we'll end with a curl up here. And put some more curls and kind of go back and forth with the leaf. Maybe some littler curls, and a leaf. It's whatever you want on there, but you want to provide some balance with size and shapes. But again, it's doodling, so it's whatever you want to make it. Go ahead and fill in my leaf here with, split them down the middle, and then put the stripes, just again as something different. Make this one kind of skinny. We're going to go ahead and put our little dots on the upper side of the curve. For again, another shape element. Just 3 little dots. And then in the middle we've got this, it reminds me of the dandelions when they all go puffy. So basically it's a stick with little lines, and then we'll fill it in with some color. So we're going to have one main one, and it's literally just little slashes all around. We'll have another one kind of coming out here, and maybe I'll go this way this time. Then I'm going to have one going out this direction. Just so. And then over here we're going to kind of mimic this shape, except for there's not enough room to put the big leaves. That's why I have these little doodads here. I like curlies. They're easy to do. Again, we'll put our little dots like so, and then our little wisps, since we can't do the leaves like we did on the other side. Just here and there. Alright, so that's the main shape. I'm going to go rather quickly, but I'm kind of speeding it along because we're doing this in the video. But I'm going to go ahead, and I've got some Tombow watercolor markers, which are 2 ends. One side is the smaller end, which don't quite use as much, and then the bigger brush end. This one is number 126, and these are water-based, so we'll be able to blend them. So I'm going to go ahead and do some shadow along the side here where the light would be hitting. I don't know if I've quite got that always right, but and then I've got a blender, their blender pen that they have, which is nice, and it kind of has a solution in it that kind of helps blend out some of our color. It kind of pulls the color from the side, just like so. Kind of clean it off. It is stained, but that's comes off clear, so it's fine. Then we'll wait for that to dry before we put some white on top. How about we use number 993, kind of a mustard color here. These are small spots, so I'm not going to blend those out. I'm just going to color them in just like that. Got the purple, number 636. Nice bold purple, and I like purple and mustard together. And we'll just kind of fill in some little spots with that. And then we'll go back to our green just to kind of tie it in with our leaf over here. Obviously you wouldn't see this kind of leaf in real life, but it's a doodle. What else? Okay, let's dry that. And with a little more shading, I think. Just wanted that a little more pronounced so it looks watercolory as best as we can. Okay, again cleaning our color off of our blender pen. Now I'm going to come in with it's a magnetic makeup sponge that looks like it's been through some glitter, and I'm going to use the Tattered Rose Distress ink to create this color. It's like this nice almost salmon-y pink that picks up our glitter paper. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of come around the edges where I don't have any coloring in. And then when I get to that, I'm just going to kind of pounce so I don't smudge, because just for the sake of the video, we're moving this along. Again. And it doesn't have to be perfectly filled in. We want it to have a natural sort of distressed page sort of look. And this is on watercolor paper, so that's why that blended really nicely. And this is something simple. Under 10 minutes you can make this card for someone, and it can be all hand drawn, and this wasn't really all that difficult to draw. Alright, I did my okay, for these little pom-poms, I'm going to come in with maybe just a tad bit of this orange and then blend it out. So I'm going to kind of put it in the center of all of those and use the blending marker to kind of lighten it, because I don't want it to be as dark as the other mustard color, even though we're using the same color, but it kind of pops them a little bit against the rest of those. Clean that off, and looks like I did that a little bit over here just to kind of get something going on a little bit. Lighten that up. Blends really nicely on this watercolor paper. If you make a mistake, just pretend it was supposed to happen. They'll never know. Okay, so basically, other than a bit of stamping, I might come in and make this a bit darker here. Really, that's all there is to it. And then you just simply stamp the hi there right in the middle offset it with some glitter paper and glue it onto cardstock, and you can even trim this down a little bit if this is too big. You know, this is bigger than this original one, so I'd probably put this on a 5x7 card, or trim it down a little bit, or start with the correct size paper. But anyway, that's all there is to it. Just some doodling, some watercolor marker-ing, and a quick personal card comes together quickly. And again, just stamping eye there, and you're good to go. All right, thanks guys.